Did you notice how warm it was today?
Oh,
and that's
my
a
goodness.
change.
Yes, hot.
Quite a
moly.
change.
That was a difference maker. And it's dry, and we're still waiting on rain. And so far, no rain. We have humidity values at this hour at 22%. That is bone dry. And then you go out in the panhandle and we think we're dry. Nah, we're not dry. 8% is what the relative humidity is, which means it's beyond bone dry. It's excessively bone dry. And so what's going to happen tomorrow? This is a look at our relative humidity for tomorrow. Same story, stronger winds. And the dry line, this is pretty much going to be the dry line for tomorrow. So that's going to be right on Tulsa. And so if you're east, you have a little bit more moisture. You have a little bit better chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm tonight in far southeast parts of our area, like around LaFleur County, and then tomorrow late afternoon. But for the most part, about 3/4 to 5/6 of the state is going to be bone dry tomorrow. So we're going to be dealing with fires, and that's the biggest problem for tomorrow. So our fire danger is very high. We have fire warnings in effect from Osage and Creek County right on all the way out to the west. And this is a fire weather watch, which is like a severe thunderstorm watch. We're going to watch and see if the conditions are favorable for it to become a fire warning. We do think it will, kind of based on how dry the air is going to be, and the wind speeds will be 30 miles an hour, maybe up to 40 miles an hour. But right now, it is just balmy. It's 80 degrees still in Tulsa and Fort Smith, 82 down in Dallas. A little bit cooler just out to the west where that dry air is located. And the dry air makes it cool down faster and heat up faster because it doesn't take so much energy to heat up the moisture or cool it down. So moisture can retain warmth, and that kind of keeps the temperatures from really dropping fast. But in western Oklahoma, it's dry, so that's dropping off pretty quick. So we're at 89 today, 92 in Dallas, and then 71 in Kansas City. It's right on the border, just south of Kansas City. Temperatures were right around 80, 82, and in Kansas City, 71. You see 60s, and then, oh yeah, Bismarck. Hey, they got above freezing. That's pretty nice for a change. They still have a lot of snow on the ground. We estimate about 1 foot to 18 inches of snow on the ground right around Bismarck. And so they're saying, hey, look, it's starting to melt out to the west. This is the Black Hills of South Dakota, by the way. Just see that little spot there. But what's interesting is the fact that they can't get too excited because guess what they have? They have a blizzard warning for another 1 foot to 18 inches of snow coming in with this storm system tonight and tomorrow. It's like they can't buy a day of sunshine and 60 degrees right now. So we're going to see what happens then. Our concern obviously is the fire danger, so that's what we're going to keep an eye on. Still slight chance of isolated storms down around Dallas late tonight, and some of those could just kind of sneak into southeastern Oklahoma. But for the most part, it'll be tomorrow night that we're concerned with severe weather on the far eastern, southeastern parts of our viewing area. We have a slight chance here in Tulsa. That's mainly with a cold front that'll be sliding across the area. And so that'll be the major impact. Anything to the northeast from Iowa to Missouri to Arkansas, again, another tornado outbreak potential for several different folks there. So hoping and praying that doesn't happen. Our severe weather is going to be like midnight into early Wednesday morning. Of course, the main thing we have to worry about tomorrow is the fire threat from Highway 75 west. To the east, we still have to be careful because there's still a chance of that. We're generally in the 70s. Out to the west, it's cooled off in a few areas into the 60s where the air is drier. Notice it is down to 69 right now, though, around the Poteau area. And by morning, we're balmy. There is a slight chance, as I said, of an isolated storm in southeast Oklahoma here that we'll have to watch just in case it wants to become a little bit more of a hail maker overnight. But we'll be in the 60s in the morning, just really not too bad. During the day, strong south winds, dry air west, mid to upper 80s west. Clouds, isolated shower, thunder shower to the east. And then as we go through the evening hours, a few strong or isolated severe storms could be in southeastern Oklahoma. The biggest thing we're going to watch is this cold front dry line coming through. That's what will make severe weather at midnight to 2 a.m. And then that'll sweep on through, and then we'll have 60s in the morning southeast, 40s and 30s north and west. So it's a big difference. And then Wednesday, a lot colder. It's not that bad, but it's colder. 50s to near 60. I guess you could say it's bad compared to 89 if you would love warm weather. So right now we're talking mild all night, 68. Windy in the morning, red flag, fire warnings in effect, 20 to 35 mile an hour winds, gusty, warm temperatures, but the problem is the winds. And so we have wind advisories on top of it for gusts to 35 to 45 miles per hour. So hang on. And then we look at temperatures that'll be pretty cool heading on into the last part of the week. Easter weekend, though, right now looking good. We'll take a closer inspection a little bit later.